Hello ladies and gentlemen, MarauderEX here, back with more Let's Play Shining the Holy Ark, and as you can see I'm here in the Aborigine Forest, in front of this stone crypt. This is actually a section the game intends for you to do before the mansion, because they figure, oh well, you can't get into the mansion but you can explore the graveyard. Oh, you find a crypt with stairs. Like, you would go into that before trying to progress into the mansion. But I didn't do that because I know that there's no point in doing that as of now. So, yeah. And there's going to be enemies popping up. I heard the Saturn. So, give me a second to just skip over this. And Basso leveled up to 12, so that's good. I am just going to cut out as much as possible. So I'm not even going to leave the XP gains in, because, well, I'll leave this one in because this is actually a new enemy. But it's going to take me a little longer to explore the catacombs, and then we have a boss fight after the catacombs. So, yeah. This is just going to be fun. And by fun, I mean not. I do not like this section. Because it's just full of dickery that just makes you question some of the game design mechanics. Like I said, the game expects you to come here first, but you get stuck halfway. So, it's one of those, you can explore half of the catacombs, and then you have to leave and come back, and then explore the other half. But even that isn't quite accurate, because, alright, so we don't want to go, or do we want to go this way? Is this? Yes, this is the way we want to go. So we go over here, and we examine the Time Warrior statue to find a lucky cookie, because we like lucky cookies. I love that there's a little happy face on it. But this is one of the things about this that make me question. So you look at the map, you think, oh, this is a dead end, there's nothing here. You walk into the wall and you can push it. And the walls, some of the walls are push walls. As far as I can tell, there is no indicator in the game that you can push walls. And that's just the tip of the iceberg here, is that you've got mechanics that are specific to one dungeon and then never repeated again, because as far as I can tell, that's not happening. But I'm going to kill these guys off screen, so give me a minute. And with that, Arthur levels up. So, Arthur's 17, not bad. So, and then we come down here, and there is a potion. Like, okay, not a great treasure, but not terrible. Let's get out of here as quickly as possible and come down here and deal with more bad guys. So you know the drill. Alright, so with that we want to go up this way through this door, and I missed those bats completely, so that's going to be fun. So yeah, pointless. Okay, so that's fun, except not. So that's not where we want to go. Is it? No, we want to go up here. And right here is another push wall. So yeah, that's the fun part about this, is just finding out, you know, new mechanics that, again, are not going to be used again. Ever. I am 90% sure there are no other push walls in the game. So, but yeah, this is the point where you know that this is where the game wanted you to come before the mansion, because we're going to find... I'm going to show this off before I pick up the pixie, after I kill these reapers. So, okay, so we come up here and get the treasure chest, which will have a quick chicken, and we'll use that in a little bit. I know who I'm going to use it on, but do that shortly. So this wall will have a pixie. So before we do that, we want to check, and this is how you know the game says you probably should have been here before. So we are missing a succubus, but we've been everywhere we can go up into the game at this point, and we are caught up in pixies. That's because this is our missing succubus. And I said, this is the game that it tells you where they are in order of being able to find them. So if you're playing this game your first time through, and you're like, oh, there's a pixie, I'm missing one here. Well, it's got to be in, you know, either this dungeon or, because, like, if you found one in the Desire Mines and then go to the next section, then, you know, that's, I'm going to leave, a single vampire bat will be dead in 2 hits, so that's, oh, 3 hits. Excuse me. You lasted a little bit longer. So, yeah, it's an interesting mechanic for the game to tell you how to progress. And this is where we would have been stopped had we come here the first time. Because that door didn't open until the Clockwork Knight was defeated. So, alright, give me a second to dispose of the trash. Okay, so we go up here and... Which one of these walls is it? That one. Okay. So we push the wall and just kind of continue on. So I want to try to get the boss fight in this episode, and maybe some of the dialogue, depending on how long it takes. Because we're almost done with this section, especially skipping all of the superfluous fights, like what I'm running into here. So, yeah. Alright, so, continuing on, we find a treasure chest with the haste ring, and I'm going to go ahead and give that to Melody, actually. So, because that will raise her agility up to 83. The rings in this game really do not mess around as far as stats go. I've got enough HP, I should be able to survive another encounter before having to heal, so let's just get out of here. I say that, and then I get into another encounter. So, excuse me for a second. Alright, so we go through here, and we get into yet another worthless fight. My patience, it's running thin. Excuse me. Okay, so we come over here and check the statue for fairy powder. Not great, but not bad. So, and then there's one more treasure to be found, which apparently is going to be after another crap fight. So, you know what I gotta do. Alright, so, just come down here, and where is it that I'm... Oh, because you don't even need to come down here, you need to move this one. Ah, joy. So, this is the last treasure, and it will be a Protect Milk, which we are going to use before going into the boss fight. We're going to use the Protect Milk and the Quick Chicken, because this boss fight does not mess around. It is not fun. And neither are the trash enemies that are blocking my path to him, so excuse me while I deal with them. And with that, Basso levels up to 13, so that's actually kind of helpful, because every little bit is going to help in this upcoming fight. And we get the Protect Milk, so whoop-de-doo. Alright. Gave the Protect Milk to Basso. Basso's not going to keep it. And to leave, we just go up this way and get into another fight. I'm so sick of these fights. Oh, give me a second. Okay, so, in order to leave, we go up these stairs, and we are going to be in a brand new section of the mansion. So what we're going to do is we're going to heal. And we're going to heal by using items, which seems a little different, but we want to be as close to full life as possible. So, I'm going to use most of the ones that are on Basso, because you don't want to have too much of anything on Basso for this fight, at least after this fight, rather. So, alright, so we are almost maxed out. We are going to use the Protect Milk on Melody, because her defense is kind of crap. And we are going to use the Quick Chicken on someone who's not Melody, because agility. So, minus the ring, Arthur's going to have the lowest agility. So that actually puts his right next to Rhodey's. So that's good. And we go through the doors, and we are going to have a boss fight that... this is the most obnoxious, gimmicky boss fight I can imagine. So, we've got vampire bats kind of circling around and fusing. What would vampire bats fuse into? Could it be a vampire? It's a vampire. So we get to do our best Richter Belmont impersonation and take out a vampire. And what we are going to do is we are just going to brute force the hell out of this guy. Because his HP is comically low. It's almost not even 500 HP. Not quite half of what the Clockwork Knight had. The gimmick to this fight is this boss has the ability to drain HP in two formats. He has an attack that drains HP, and he has an ability that removes one of your character's actions. That character will just freely give him HP. It gives him, you know, a fair bit of HP. So, yeah. So we need to do about 500 points of damage to him as quickly as possible before he gets these abilities off. And so I'm going to focus on using magic rather than physical attacks because he can dodge physical attacks. It's a little bit harder to dodge magic. So, and we still get the potential for power attacks with magic. You could try using melee attacks and hope that one of Rhodey's special attacks can cause panic, but I'm not going to bank on that. That's way uncontrollable. So we're just going to focus on doing as much damage as possible, as quickly as possible. Bloody Flash is kind of a threat, because that is an AoE that does standard AoE damage at this point. So the next ability that he should use on his list will be the Mesmerize or the Drain. So we want to be real careful about that, and we just want to, like I said, we want to do as much damage as possible, so we're just going to focus on attacking with everyone. Melody Elemental's not doing too bad of damage. Fire's not doing the best damage, but it's consistent damage. So I'm hoping to be able to keep the consistent damage up as quickly as possible. So Brutal Fire, it'll do like 25 points of damage, give or take. So, and Energy Drain. So Melody lost 34 HP. So his next ability is going to be one of great frustration. So we are just going to keep... I could try to heal, but at this point, like I said, damage is really our most important friend. So we want to just throw out damage left and right, because once he starts, if he mesmerizes someone, that person's turns are gone. You don't have control of that person. They are just going to take their turn to give about 30 HP, which, you know, is... It's more than any one of our attacks at the moment. Like, Brutal Fire is only doing like 26 points of damage. It looked with Entrancing Eyes. Who was the first to go? Basso is entranced. Okay. So Basso is going to give him his HP. 33 HP. So at this point, I'm going to start attacking and hope that I can keep people alive. I'll heal Melody. So, like, you can try to take time to cast support to get your turn order up, but for the most part, it's just not gonna go well. I could try to heal Basso, but he can have more than one person mesmerized at a time. So, I may actually heal Basso and just keep Arthur and Rhodey in the fight. Let's see. Yeah, I can't do this the way I want to, so we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do that, and hope that we can keep people alive. So, this, like I said, this is not a fun fight. Most of the guides that I've seen, and even people who commented on my original Let's Play, like, how do you beat this boss? I have had such bad luck with this boss. I just... It's not an easy fight, and it's not. Everyone's like, oh, this is a pushover. But if you get lucky, and he doesn't use Mesmerize multiple times and have your entire party throwing HP at him, like, that's the gimmick. If you can kill him quickly, he's not as much of a threat. So, but if you can't kill him quickly, this is one of the most difficult fights imaginable. So, I'm hoping that we've done enough damage to him that we can finish this in this episode. 79 points of damage. Thank you, Arthur. Yes! Dead! And we did not lose a person. We get a life candle, which is ironic because that casts Raise 2. So, we've beaten the vampire, and we meet the master of the mansion. So you are Sabato's chosen ones. You are the mortals destined to stop the 1,000-year kingdom. And we saw this guy in Arthur's dream sequence in the very beginning. This very imposing figure. The Apostles of Light shining in you three. As a reward for coming, I will give you a demonstration of my true power. Replacing your lost life and energy. He is restoring our HP and MP after such a ridiculous fight. Which, this is actually a really entertaining feature, because once you learn more about who this character is throughout this game, and in Shining Force 3, what he did just now is actually a really important thing. So we'll get into that later. I don't believe you're on the side of Enric. Who are you to call us mortals? Well, I'm a Vandal, similar to Rilix, but much more powerful. Why would a Vandal help us? It was Sabato who called me back into this realm in order to understand the legend of Vandal's 1,000-year kingdom, and the mysteries surrounding it. He woke me and asked for help, me, the most powerful Vandal. I do not share in the dream of rebuilding the 1,000-year kingdom. I have no need of either companions or kingdom. As long as I have my peace and freedom, I need nothing else. Sabato's request was a good chance to repay him, so that's why... Okay. It was left to you to determine whether or not this was possible. All hinged on who would obtain and keep the spirits. So far, you have fulfilled our expectations. I give you my advice. In order to break the black magic of Rilix, you will need to obtain the sacred sword from the South Shrine. And you'll need it to stop the rebuilding of the 1,000-year kingdom. Well, we know there's a major plot going on involving a kingdom, involving Vandals, Rilix being a Vandal. 3 shrines, the south, west, and east of Enric. 3 sacred treasures have been stored, 1 in each shrine. Prophecy says that the treasures were placed there for just such a contingency. The shrines must be visited in order of south, west, and east. You must use the treasure acquired from each one to unlock the next. Okay. He's giving us, a fair bit of information. That's actually very helpful. How do we open the South Shrine? In order to enter the first shrine, you'll need something else. I summoned you for the purpose of giving it to you. Oh, he's going to give us something. Floating treasure chest. Use it when heaven and earth turn upside down. You should be able to conquer the shrine. Okay. So he's giving us the key to get to the South Shrine. Solve the riddles of the South and retrieve the sacred sword. Humble Rilix's pride in Enric Castle. And then find the other 2 sacred treasures that were left. Alright, so we go to the shrine, we go beat Rilix, and then we gotta go do the other shrines. So... Cowardly fled beyond the wall paintings. Okay. He's speaking in what you would think were really cryptic riddles. And he's the one who attacked Basso. No wonder he had such tremendous power. Now that I know my opponent was a Vandal, I haven't quite got my confidence back. Because there's no way you could beat a Vandal, especially Gelm. There's probably maybe 2 or 3 people in the entirety of the Shining Force world that I think would be able to stand toe-to-toe against Gelm. You're not one of them. So Basso is leaving us, which is why I said not to really put anything of importance on him, because it would go with him. This must be destiny. This is farewell, but yeah, I've got a bad feeling about the future. If anything happens, come see us. Melody, who's usually so perky, is very solemn at the moment. I'll look you up if something okay. So, we are back down to a party of 3. And we get the Gravity Stone. And I am going to get the hell out of here and go back to town and save it. So I will just cast Return and get, like I said, we're getting out of here. I don't want to be here at all. I don't want to be anywhere here. I'm just going to use this multiple times to get out of these dungeons. And because I don't want to backtrack. So yeah, I will end this episode here. I'm going to go back to town, save it, sell some stuff, buy some stuff, you know how it is, and I will see you guys in the next installment. So till then, later everyone.